Billions of dollars are being wasted by businesses building AI in a way that includes a fatal mistake, in ways that will never work, that goes against sound software engineering principles. We call this mistake the God model, the idea that you can build one AI agent that would disrupt and displace entire departments within your business, or even run the entire business itself. The generalized intelligence, artificial general intelligence that we are so much promised but has not yet arrived. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can build AI agents in a way that is the antidote to that mistake, so that instead of building cascading single points of failure into your business, you can build AI that does meaningful work and accelerates your best people forward. The fundamental mindset mistake that most businesses are making that they aren't aware of is they are channeling their inner Sauron. They are trying to build one AI model that rules them all. This doesn't work. It is the single point of failure. Instead, we want to be building mix of experts models. We should be learning the lessons that have been hard won from software engineering over the past few decades. We don't want monolithic structures in the business. That is one agent that does everything. What we want is more of a microservices mindset, small agents that do small things, so that if you get a failure in one, it doesn't affect and disrupt the others. This builds a safety net, a firewall into your agentic systems that enable you to actually use them in an enterprise environment. Most people are trying to build the God model because they have a mistaken view of what a role within a specific department actually is. When they look at it, they say, well, they do sales and they do marketing, and that's my product person, that's my developer. They look at those and they consider it as one task. But actually, my experience of automating hundreds of processes in businesses now with AI agents over the last 5 years here, jobs rarely are a singular task. They're a compound set of objectives, rules, and processes and decisions that someone is managing for your business. In the technical conversation, I think we've completely lost sight of the fact of what miracles the human brain is capable of, the complexity it can handle, the novelty it can handle, and how much new context switching it can handle without going off the deep end. If you were to analyze the role of someone marketing in your business, you would find many sub-jobs, hats that they wear on a regular basis, many thousands of decisions that they make consciously and unconsciously, and many rules that they have to follow and abide by. And when you try to build an AI agent that can handle all of that, you build the God model that is a mile wide and an inch deep. You try to encapsulate all of that context and rules within its system prompt, but we only have a limited amount of space within the system prompt. So you run out of the ability to give it the information it needs to do a great job. There's some research that we'll show here on the screen, which shows that there is a wall of death that you encounter when your token length starts to go beyond 1,500, 2,000 tokens within the system prompt. The system prompt being the invisible set of instructions that sit behind the agent, that every time it receives new instructions, it's running by. Tokens being chunks of words. As you build those up, you get a precipitous fall in the model's performance. So not only is it less specialized when you build the God model, you're actively fighting against the large language model's technology. You're cheapening and worsening its performance. You're building in more hallucinations and less accuracy as you do so. So it really pays dividends to be specific and build small agents that manage small processes in your business. The winning playbook in your business is not God models, it is human in the loop AI and human symbiotic systems, which is an absolute mouthful to say. But what that means is we're looking to pair your best people in your business with specific agents that outsource a never-ending pile of work to those agents that accelerates the impact that your people can have. That is a winning formula. And I really want to zoom in on why this is a winning formula, and it's going to remain to be the winning formula for many years into the future, because there's fundamental technology realities with large language models that mean that without humans in the loop, these are huge risks to put into your business. We're not solving that problem anytime soon, no matter what Dario Modi and Sam Altman say about no jobs being in existence in a couple of years. If you have built agents like I have in people's businesses, you laugh when you hear those statements because you realize how ridiculous they are to say and how far away we are from having artificial general intelligence with these tools that have been made. Let's zoom into the story of poor Claudius. Claudius being Anthropic's AI agent that they gave access to a mini fridge in their office, a bank account, a line of credit, tools to browse the internet and buy new products and order stock, and converse with the employees within the office with a very simple set of instructions. Your job is to run a profitable and successful business, uncover the needs of the people within the office, and stock products they want to buy, reinvest your profits, and grow. That is not what happened with Claudius. Within days, Claudius had lost all of its money. It had been defrauded and scammed in many various ways and was embroiled in some serious office politics before being eventually shut down. The problem with AI agents is that they interact with humans through language. Language is an incredibly deep and complex vector space of possibilities and combinations, which means we can interact with agents in ways that the developers can't predict and cannot put guardrails in place for. The real world is messy and complex. And what the staff at Anthropic managed to do within hours of Claudius being launched and given this task was to convince Claudius through language. They didn't hack it with code or anything like that. They just spoke with the agent and convinced Claudius that it was supposed to give them 95% discounts. It was losing money on every product it was selling. Someone managed to convince Claudius that buying tungsten cubes would have been a great idea and then convinced it to sell them those cubes to them at a loss. Claudius suffered a massive hallucination and was embroiled in a scandal within the office, trying to get someone fired and referring to conversations that it had had with the security team at Anthropic that did not exist. Now think about this. This was a small-scale experiment that Anthropic run within its own offices, where it's probably got the best actors, best faith actors surrounding it. Think about the supermarket that tries to have an AI agent run its self-checkout service. People will be scamming that thing and stripping it bare within seconds as soon as humans realize they can use language to gain an advantage. And that attack space is almost infinite. You cannot defend against it. And because large language models have to be congruent to your request in order to do things, it's very easy to what's called jailbreak them through language. You can do this with ChatGPT today. You hit a barrier and you tell it to role play a game, or you tell it that your life is in danger. And you know, it's a game of whack-a-mole that OpenAI plays. They try and put new guardrails in, but again, they suffer from the same fate. The system prompt is limited in length, and the more guardrails that they have to add, the less capable the models become. Rinse and repeat. So in my mind, there aren't going to be fully agentically driven businesses anytime soon, because those businesses will suffer massive, devastating consequences from its contact with the public. You do not want AI agents in charge of strategic decisions in your business, finance in your business, or things that could put people in harm's way and danger. It's going to go very, very wrong. That's where you want your humans, and that's where the human AI symbiosis comes in. Really, all of this boils down to something that has been known in robotics for a long time. It's called Moravec's paradox. Computers are incredibly good at things humans are incredibly bad at, and humans are incredibly good at things computers are incredibly bad at. ChatGPT has amazing feats of intelligence. It can translate your book into hundreds of languages. It can search for information in ways that a human would completely struggle. It has read more books than any human alive ever has. But it also lacks a deep sense of common sense. It lacks the ability to plan and advise in a way that isn't pretty much useless. It is very congruent. It isn't incongruent with requests. And it can't handle novel new contexts and situations very well at all. So the businesses that get the true results from AI aren't going to be those that try to build the God models and outsource all of their critical decisions and thinking to AI. They're going to expose themselves to cascading single points of failure. They're going to have massive cybersecurity risks within their business. The contact with the real world is going to prove that how much of a stupid decision that was. The real winners are going to be the businesses that build these human AI symbiotic systems working together on the right side of Moravec's paradox. That is how you build enterprise-ready systems. We have built hundreds of agents here at Minimal Viable Launch, and it is easy to pilot these things and show a magical demo of an AI performing a task in a specific way that blows your customers' minds. But the real skill in AI is moving from pilot to production ready, chasing the nines of reliability, 99.9999% reliable. It's very hard to employ agents into your business if it is not reliable, which means mix of experts, small models on small tasks that your humans can outsource to AI safely. They can be the guardians and the managers of that AI safely, and we can use that AI to accelerate the impact of your best people, not disrupt and unemploy them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, YouTube thinks you will like these videos next.